Welcome back, girls. I am Miss Shilpa Ribello, your science teacher, Standard 5th. Today we are going to study the last lesson for this first term, the environment and us. It's lesson number 18. What do you mean by environment? Environment means nature, our surroundings, and us. Us means we human beings. So, we are supposed to look after our nature, after our environment, and we are going to study how to keep our environment clean. So, let's continue with the lesson. We'll start with the lesson. Here is the small activity before beginning the lesson. It's there in your textbook itself. With the help of the questions below, explain what would happen if forests are clear on a large scale. What do you mean by forest, girls? I hope so you have heard this word forest. Yeah, forest means where there is a big and different types of plants and big trees. There are different types of trees from small till big grown in this forest, and we can see each and everywhere only trees. So that is what is known as forest. So what is the work activity? That with the help of the questions below, explain what would happen if forests are clear. This all forests are clear on a large scale, large quantity. If all these forests, in the forest there are big trees, if this all the trees are cut down and the forest is clear, means it is a blank space, then what you are going to do? So the first question is, will water and food sources for living things grow or dwindle? Means it will make less. Either it will grow or it will be weak. And if it grows, why? And if it is weak, why? So, what is the first question? That will water and food sources for living things. Living things means we, human beings, animals, plants, birds, grow or dwindle. Dwindle means weak. And why? Second question, will the living things look for shelters elsewhere or stay on? Either the animals, birds will stay in the same place, or either they will look for shelters, for houses or for the shelters somewhere else. And why? The third question, will the space occupied by the plants and animals increase or decrease? Whatever the place is occupied by the plants and animals. I hope so you know the animals also lives in forest. So animals also, whichever the place is occupied by plants and animals, will increase or decrease. It will become more or less. Why? And the fourth and last question, will the number of living things increase or decrease? Why? So there are 4 questions you are going to discuss with your parents, and you are going to write the answers in your science notebook. Can you see the picture? Yeah. This is the deforestation. That means one side you can see the forest and one side you can see the deforestation. Now what do you mean by deforestation? We are going to learn it, but what you can see in the picture? That one side there are lot of trees. That is what I said as the forest. But the other side, what it is? There are no trees, only one tree you can see. That means all the trees are cut down. So in the next picture also you can see same way. The next side you can see that there are lot of trees, but the other side it's that some of the trees are cut down. So this is known as deforestation. We are going to study it now. Deforestation. The population of the world is now close to 600 crore. 600 crore. So man is developing new technology to meet the needs of all these people and is using up more and more land and water resources for these people, for this purpose. Now we can see that due to science, new technologies are being discovered, new technologies are being established. We can see, for example, first there were small lanes to move from one place to another, then it turned to roads. Now we can see big highways, flyovers are being built. So this is new technology developing, and for whom? For us. We need it. So it's what they are saying, that the population is increased and it is nearly to 600 crore. And because of this, because of the more population, each and every man, each and every human being should get the proper needs, proper meet the needs. They should get it. And because of that, then more and more land is being developed. They are making it clear to get the needs of the people. For example, and also the water resources. Water resources means lakes, dams, rivers, ponds. So this is what happening. Now open spaces are required on a very large scale for agriculture. Now we have studied about agriculture in the first lesson. And what it is, that 60% of our land is developed for agriculture. We have studied it in the first lesson. So even if we cut down the forest, naturally the plain surface is needed for agriculture. If wherever there are trees or the houses built, we can't do any farming work over there. So we need the empty space for agriculture. So what? Sometimes the trees are cut down and the land is being cultivated for agriculture. Same way, houses are being built. Big bungalows are built. Buildings are built. Then some of the places the industries are built. Big industries are built. And some of the places roads and railways are being built. So the open spaces are required on a very large scale for agriculture, housing, industry, and for building roads and railways. If we go from one place to another, or if we have visited some of the places like Matharan, Mahabaleshwar, or many other places, so you can see that nowadays there are very big highways built. So these are from the open spaces. So forests are cut down to make place for them. If we can see the big mountains over the highways, next to the highways. So these are cut down. Why? Because we need more place and we want to meet the needs of the people. Here you can see in the picture, it is a road, or we can say as highways. You can see one side there are trees, another side there are mountains. That means this road or highway is being built from the mountains. So marshy or low-lying areas are filled to reclaim the land. The mountains are being cut and the roads are being made, or the highways are being made, so that we can travel from one place to another. Here the trains, if we can see the trains. Even for railways, the places or the land is being utilized. It's used. If you see the mountains, the train, they have made a way from the mountain. So the environment provides shelter to different kinds of living things. Who provides? The environment. The nature provides. There are many types of plants in forest. Birds build a nest in trees. Animals like the bear, deer, monkey, elephant, tiger all live in the forest, i.e., they find shelter in a forest. All their needs are met in the forest. If forests are reduced, biodiversity is also depleted. Now you can see the picture as they say that the environment provides us shelter for each and every living thing. And also there are many types of plants in the forest. If you see in the picture, there are so many different types of plants from small till big. Even the birds are building their nest in the trees. And big animals like bear, deer, monkeys, elephant, tiger, all these animals live in the forest. They never live here and there. They only live in the forest. They need shelter in the forest. They search shelter in the forest. So all their needs are met in the forest. So if these forests are reduced, if the trees are cut down, then what will happen, girls? Naturally, our biodiversity, we have studied about it. Biodiversity will also be less. It will become worst. There will be no proper place for the animals to live. And so, what they say that if forests are reduced, then biodiversity is also depleted. Now we are going to see the next topic, pollution. What do you mean by pollution, girls? Have you heard the word pollution? Yes. There are different types of pollutions: air pollution, water pollution, soil or land pollution. Noise pollution also we can call as sound pollution, and radioactive pollution. So there are four main important, that is air pollution, water pollution, soil or land pollution, noise or sound pollution, and the fifth one is radioactive pollution. If you see the picture in air pollution, because of the smoke, vehicle smoke, the air gets polluted. Even water pollution, because of the chemical water, the wastage when we throw in the water, so that is what the water is getting polluted. So that is water pollution. And soil or land pollution, because of the pesticides and chemicals, what happens? The soil is polluted, soil is damaged, and so it is known as soil or land pollution. And noise pollution, we can all understand that when the TV sound is loud, your parents just shout at you, make it slow, make it low volume. Even if anyone horns outside, so that is known as noise pollution. In this picture, what you can see, girls, about the water pollution? If you can see, there are different types of pollution. All the wastage is being thrown in the water. Then from the industry, the chemical water is being thrown in the river. Then even in the last picture you can see about the pipes where dirty water is being flown. So all this is what? About the water pollution. So the new topic, pollution. Now you have seen how water sources get polluted if wastewater is let into them without processing. So what happens? We have seen how the water is being polluted. The industry water is being flown in the rivers. So because of that, the river water is being dirty, being polluted, and we can't use that again. So this, if you see here in this picture, what is given? Wastewater flowing out from a factory into the surroundings. Here there is no river, but where they are throwing it? In the surrounding, in the environment. So this is known as what it is? About the pollution. Here you can see the picture. From the industries, the smoke. From the chimneys we can see the smoke. And this is what? Air pollution. Here you can see the water is being damaged. All the wastage is garbage is being thrown in the water, and because of this the water is being polluted. So what is water pollution? So waste water is also given out from factories into their surroundings. If you can see in the picture, if water from such polluted sources keeps soaking into the soil becomes infertile. If this type of water is being going inside the ground, that is into the soil, then we can't use that soil properly. We can't use it at all. That soil becomes infertile. Now for crops we need a fertile soil, which is the good quality of soil. Now if this such polluted water is going into the soil, then the soil becomes infertile. That means the condition is very bad, where we cannot use this soil at all. So the picture you can see, wastewater from factories enter water bodies. It is nala, or inside in the lakes or in the rivers. So the pipes are being thrown. It's in the river or the lakes. Now, chemical fertilizers and pesticides are used on a large scale for agriculture. They seep into the soil or finally flow into rivers with rainwater. Due to several such reasons, water and soil get polluted. This is dangerous for the plants and animals there. Their number reduces and eventually they die out altogether. That is they become extinct. So what they say, that chemical fertilizers and pesticides, we have studied this in the first lesson for the agriculture, natural fertilizers and chemical fertilizers. So chemical fertilizers means it's about the chemicals which is not good for the crops, but still some use it. So these chemical fertilizers, if you see in the picture, chemical they spray. So these chemical fertilizers and pesticides are used in a large scale, in more quantity for agriculture. It is not good, but still the farmers are using it in a large quantity, more quantity for agriculture. But when this chemical fertilizers or these pesticides go inside the soil, what happens? The soil becomes infertile. And naturally, when there is rain coming down, These chemicals are being flown by the rain water in the rivers, in the lakes, and so we are not able to use that water also. So even soil we cannot use and even water we cannot use, because this soil with the chemical fertilizers and pesticides, they flow in the rivers or in the lakes, in the ponds, and that same water we are not able to use it for any other purpose. So due to such reasons, water and soil is getting polluted. It is getting polluted, we can't use it, and this is very dangerous for our plants and animals. It is very dangerous. This water is very dangerous. If we are not able to drink that water, what about our animals? What about the birds? They will also suffer if they drink the same water. So, it is dangerous for the plants also and the animals. So, because of this, their number reduces. If you can see, in some of the places the animals are died. Why? Because they drink this water, poisonous water, which is with the chemicals, and because of that they die. And as they die, the number gets less. Reduces means it becomes less. The plants, the animals becomes less and they die. So that is what they become extinct. They became, the number of animals and plants becomes less. Now the next topic we are going to learn is fuel. Have you heard this word fuel? Yes, we use it in our house also. We use it in our vehicles. That is what? Gas, petrol, diesel. All this is fuel. Fuel is used in all homes. Mostly all homes are using their fuels. Some of them use gas, some of them use stove, some of them they burn the wood. So fuel is used in all homes. Besides, there are big industries and factories in which fuel is used in great quantities. If you can see the picture, if you see in the picture, we can see that there are big industries and factories, and where there are chimneys. From the chimney we can see the smoke. So these fuels are used in the factories and industries, and because of this, from the help of chimneys, the poisonous gases are coming out, and this is very dangerous for each and every one, all the living things. So you can see in the picture the two ladies, what they are doing, they are holding the handkerchief in the nose. So it should not enter in our body. That is what they are saying, that the poisonous gases spouting out of chimneys of factories are very dangerous. On the one hand, tremendous quantities of carbon dioxide enter the air due to burning of fuels. On the other hand, due to large-scale deforestation, the number of trees available for absorbing this carbon dioxide is dwindling. As a result, the proportion of carbon dioxide in the air is rising continuously. So when the proportion of carbon dioxide in the air rises, it leads to rise in temperature. So we see such a temperature rise in all parts of the world. Now what they say, that on one hand, tremendous quantities of carbon dioxide, as what we have studied, that the we give out carbon dioxide and we take in oxygen. And who takes the carbon dioxide inside? Yes, plants take the carbon dioxide in and gives oxygen. So that oxygen is being taken by us. Now, what they are saying, that in one hand, what happens? On the one hand, this tremendous quantities of carbon dioxide is entering in the air because of this burning of fuels. If you see the industry, big industries, there are so many chimneys, and with that help of the chimneys, so much smoke is being moved out, and that is disturbing our air atmosphere. So they say that one side, because of this burning of fuels, the carbon dioxide is enter in the air, and in the other side, if you see the second picture, first picture you have seen that the burning of fuels, carbon dioxide enter the air because of burning of fuels. You can see the large quantity in that. And if you see the second picture in the up, what you can see? Another hand, there is a deforestation. We studied just now. What do you mean by that? The trees are cut down. The land they are making the land clear. So the number of trees, whatever is available to take in the carbon dioxide, what happens? It is becoming less. It is dwindling, means it becoming less. And so because of that, the proportion of carbon dioxide in the air is rising more and more. Again and again, it is rising. It is becoming more and more. So if this proportion of carbon dioxide is increased in air, then what happens? It leads to rise in temperature. If you see down pictures, see the condition of the earth, the temperature is also increased. There is also rise in the temperature. Why? Because of more carbon dioxide is raised in air. It is increased in air because of the cut down of trees. And so, if the carbon dioxide is increased, naturally the rise in temperature also will increase. So we see such temperature rise in all parts of the world. If you see the picture, it is being seen in all part of the world, in full world. Now, what are the causes of air pollution? When fuels are burned in vehicles, they give out certain poisonous gases as well as smoke. Industries also let some poisonous gases into the air. This leads to the air pollution on a very large scale. If you see in the picture, what you see in the first picture, that the industries, we see poisonous gas coming up with the help of the chimney from the industries, as well as we can see the vehicles, the smoke. So this is poisonous, which is not good for our health, for the living things. It's not good for our health. Even if we see the next picture, what we can see, that they have burned the wood, and that also the smoke is being moved out. So this is the poisonous gases which is not good for our health, which is spreading in the air. So this leads to the air pollution on a very large scale. We can see the condition in the more quantity it is. So these are the causes of pollution. Now, here is one small activity. We have studied about the food chain, if you remember. Yeah. So you see a food chain in the picture above. One of the link is missing. What effect will it have on the grasshopper, on the bird? What picture should be there in the blank space? If this living thing really died out, what would be the treat to the entire living world? Now you are going to discuss this with your parent. Try to understand. We have studied about a food chain. So you are going to understand first the picture and try to take the help of your parents and solve this activity in your science notebook. Now the next topic, the need to maintain environmental balance. We have also studied about environmental balance, the second lesson. So what is the need? Why we are supposed to maintain the environmental balance? We are supposed to do it. Due to human intervention in nature, large-scale changes are taking place in the air, water and land. Also, these non-living or abiotic components are getting polluted. As a result, the existence of living things is threatened, while several living things have already become extinct. If one factor of the environment is damaged, its relationships with other factors also get affected, and environmental balance is disturbed. From time to time, some of the living things on the earth become extinct. But today, this process is taking place at a much faster rate. This is a threat for the whole living world. Now what they have said, that we are supposed to maintain environmental balance. If we can see here, see the picture. So now due to human intervention in nature, humans are making inventions are going on and on. So because of that, in a large quantity, there are changes taking place in air, water and land. Air pollution is taking place, water pollution is taking place, the land pollution is taking place. Because of the large quantities, the changes are taking place. Also, these non-living things, even non-living things and abiotic things also, components also, they are also getting disturbed, they are also getting polluted. So because of this, the existence of living things is threatened, they are disturbed. Threatened means they are disturbed, they are getting damaged. While several living things have already become less, extinct means they have also become less. Many living things have become less. So if one thing is becoming damaged of the environment, then naturally whatever the related with the environment, the other factors also will become less. They also will be affected from the things, different things. And because of this, if one thing is disturbed, the other things also will be disturbed. And because of this, the environmental balance will be also disturbed. So from time to time, some of the living things on the earth also become less, extinct. They are also becoming less. Now as we saw, because of water pollution, if the same water is being drunk, if the animals and animals and birds are drinking the same polluted water, what will happen? They will die. If there is no shelter, if the forest is being cut down, there is no shelter for animals, what will happen? Some of the animals will be dying. So because of this, what they say, that the living things on the earth are becoming less. But today it is very important. What is going on? It is being happening in the faster rate. It is being happening in the faster rate. And this is what is very difficult for the whole world. This is a treat. Is it what we can say as it is, we are afraid of it now. Now what will happen the next year, next time? So this is a treat for the whole living world. Do you know, if the different types of plants and animals become extinct less one by one, many of the links in the different food chains will be lost. Many scientists believe that this will affect the entire living world on the earth and the balance in nature will collapse. Naturally, now we have studied the food chain. We have studied in the last lesson the food chain. I think so in the second lesson. So, if one chain is broken, what will happen for the other? So naturally, same thing they are saying, that if one by one all the animals, plants are becoming less, then naturally the link will be lost. So what scientist is believing, that naturally because of this the entire world will be suffering and there will be no proper balance in nature. That balance in nature also will get collapse. Here you can say Indian cheetah is an extinct animal. Now next topic, our needs and the environment. We want our needs also, and also we want environment, and we are supposed to look after or take care of our environment. So food, water and clothes, these all are basic needs of the people. We need food to live, we need water to live, and we need clothes for our body. So naturally these are the basic needs of all people. We use a lot of things to meet these needs. Besides, we use many means and devices for the purpose of studies, sports, hobbies and entertainment. We even stock up these things so that they will be available to us whenever we need them. All these things are obtained by using materials from our environment. All the people in the world have similar needs and desires. As a result, the environment is being degraded rapidly. Now you can see here, what are basic needs? Food, water, shelter, clothing. They are our basic needs. We need shelter to stay. We can't stay in the open space. So we need shelter, we need house to stay. Naturally, if we want to live, then we need food, water, and even we need clothes. So we say that food, water and clothes are the basic needs of all people, and we use this in lot. We use this. We have so many types of different clothes. We eat many different types of bhajis. So food also we have lot of quantity. If we want to drink water, we take full glass. We drink half and half water is being thrown out. Yes? But what happens? So we use lot of things to meet these needs. But besides this, we use means and devices for the purpose of studies also. Here we can study. See in the picture that for studies we need many things. Books, notebooks, textbooks, pencil, pen, eraser, calculator and so many things. Then for sports, if you are good in the games, different games, and nowadays naturally, if you are at home, you need all these things. So all these equipments are there. Different carom board, then badminton, cricket, football, baseball, and so many things. Okay, so we stock up these things, we keep it in our house, we bring more and we keep it in our house. Now, for example, if badminton, either naturally we need 2 rackets, but we bring 2 or 3 pairs. By chance, if one racket is being broken, we can make use of the second. So we bring and keep it, we stock up with it, and whenever it is needed, we remove and make use of that. So all these things are obtained from where? Naturally from the environment, from the nature. And all the people in the world have similar needs and desires. All the people in the world are using same thing. So as a result, what happens? The environment is being degraded. The gradation of the environment is going down. It is going down rapidly in more quantity. We need to be aware that we ourselves are a part of nature. We our own self is a part of a nature. We are one of the part of a nature. If the balance of nature is disturbed, it will adversely affect human beings too. Naturally, if environment is disturbed, if nature is disturbed, then naturally it will be affected by us also. We will also be affected. We will be also disturbed. Might be we will not be having the proper health. Okay, so if the balance of nature is disturbed, naturally the human beings also will be affected by it. So we need to take steps to prevent the degradation of the environment. The steps should mainly include using our means frugally and recycling used articles. Such measures should be practiced sincerely by each and every person. If you can see, what is they saying? That we need to take steps. For what? If the balance of nature is disturbed, naturally the human beings are also affected by it. They also disturb. So we need to take steps to prevent this degradation of the environment. Whatever it is process is disturbed, whatever the environment is disturbed, getting damaged, we are supposed to look after them. We are supposed to make it in the good condition. So what are the steps? The steps should mainly include by using our means frugally, nicely, and whatever the articles, whatever things we can recycle it, we can make use again and again, we are supposed to do it. So such measures should be practiced sincerely. Such things should be done in a sincere way by each and every person living in this world, and then only we can make use or good use of our environment. We can make the environmental balance in the proper condition. Now, let us resolve. Let us all ensure that no action on our part will cause pollution or cause harm to living things. Let us make all possible efforts for the conservation of the living world. Now let us think that we are not supposed to harm any of the living things, or we are not supposed to cause any pollution. No water pollution, no land pollution or soil pollution, no sound pollution, no air pollution. So we are supposed to look after it. Okay girls, I stop over here for this lesson. Next we will continue in the next video or the PPT. I hope you have understood till here. Here is a small assignment which you are supposed to do it in your notebook with the help of this presentation or your textbook. All these question answers are there in your textbook. Only the thing is you are supposed to read the textbook and you are going to write the questions and answers in your notebook. Bye girls. Thank you very much. Stay home. Stay safe.